Hi there, welcome to the Startup Business Guide for the state of Vermont. I'm just going to go over a few of the functions that was included on our website here, and hope that you click on a few of the links that are shown throughout to get a better understanding of what's really involved in registering in Vermont. Startup business deals with corporations, limited liability companies, and partnerships, so that's what we'll be talking about today. In this state, there is an online filing process. So as we go through these different functions, I'll keep encouraging those individuals to actually use the function and apply for an account, because it makes filing a heck of a lot easier. And that sort of takes us to our first point here, is the Vermont online account. Now, there's the portal that they have on the Secretary of State website, and you'll notice that once you try to file an entity online, they're going to request a user ID and a password, because you need to create an online account first. We have a tutorial. If you click here, it'll navigate you directly to the tutorial on how to create an online account. It's super brief, but it'll just go through the various steps there. Search for a name. Now there's, of course, the Secretary of State name database is available to the public on their website, and it can be accessed for a few different reasons. One of which is, of course, just to gain the general information about a particular entity. Also, you might want to research the availability of your chosen business name prior to filing. Now, what you can do is perform a business entity search for either one of those reasons. You can use the business name or the filing ID. I believe you can search by registered agent as well. There's a few other advanced search options that you can use. And again, if you click on this link here, you're going to be taken to that tutorial on how to perform that. So how does one file in Vermont? First thing you need to do, as I just said, perform a business entity search. Make sure that your name is available. This isn't required. You don't have to do a name availability search, but it's obviously recommended. Because if your name is indistinguishable from that of another entity that's on file with the Secretary of State, you're going to need to, your filing is going to get rejected. You'll need to choose a different name. You can also reserve your entity name for a period of 120 days. That'll cost $20. That's if you need some extra time to get everything you need together before filing. Once you've chosen a name and you're pretty sure that it's secure, you can either navigate to the Secretary of State website and create an online account and then log into your account to access the filing portal, or you can download the PDF of your entity's registration forms. So we have all the different entity types that are available in Vermont, at least under the corporation, limited liability company, and partnership, in those categories. There's a lot of different corporation types, as you can see, and all these have both online and paper filing. All the links have those tutorials, and of course on the Secretary of State website, every entity you'll be able to choose between the two filing options. Once the forms are complete, either online or otherwise, you need to pay the filing fee. During the online filing process, it'll be at the end, of course, and you'll be given the option of paying by e-check or by credit card, and then you give the requisite information, and once you've paid it, you'll be registered, or at least your application will be sent to the Secretary of State. If you're planning on filing through the mail, you need to print off the PDF, the finished PDF, provide your signature, make a duplicate copy, and then attach to that those two forms, a check or a money order made up to the Secretary of State, Vermont Secretary of State to be exact, for the entirety of the filing fee. Now, also, if you're a foreign entity, like in a lot of states, you're going to need to apply for, or not apply for, but register with a certificate of good standing or similar document that's been issued in your jurisdiction of initial formation. Also, if you're a professional corporation, you're going to need to provide a copy of your professional license, whether applying online or otherwise. And right here we have a list of all the different filing fees. So corporations across the board are $125. The same can be said for LLCs. Now, partnerships vary a little bit, but for the most part, if you're filing an entity, unless it's a domestic LLP or a foreign LLP, it's going to cost you $125. We already spoke about name reservations. There's really not much more to say. Click here, and you'll get access to our tutorial on that. Again, it's $20, lasts 120 days. You can do it online. Certificate of good standing or status. Now, in Vermont, they both serve the same purpose, but are for different entity types. So a certificate of good standing is you say you're planning on expanding your business outside state borders. It's often a Secretary of State, Foreign Secretary of State will ask that you provide a certificate of good standing, just showing that you're obviously in good standing and that your status is good with the jurisdiction of your initial formation. The same can be said for if you're requesting financing from a financial institution. They'll often ask for a certificate of good standing. So that's for LLPs, LLCs, and corporations. You can apply for that. The reason that limited partnerships and general partnerships use a certificate of status is because they don't have to file annual reports each year, and therefore they won't be in good standing or not, because there's no punishment for them having a late renewal. So at any rate, it's $25 regardless of the certificate you plan on requesting, and you can visit our tutorial here for more information on how to do that. And we'll also feature a video on how to get a certificate of good standing or status. Agreements. Now, none of the agreements listed here are required by law. That being said, we always recommend that the initial organizers of an LLC or incorporators of a corporation or the initial general partners of a partnership take the time to draft an agreement which will relay the rules and regulations under which the company officials will need to operate. And also all the logistical and financial affairs that aren't stated anywhere else can be relayed in an agreement of this nature to be used in the case of a future legal dispute, or just to show evidence and serve as a point of reference for those working within the company. So because it's not legally required, you don't file it with the Secretary of State. You can file it internally. That being said, it still is significant legally, so you're going to want to have your attorney draft it with you, or at least be present or run it by them before you have all required parties sign it. So if you click on either one of these links, let's just go with corporate bylaw for now, you will be able to access our free template and download it in Microsoft Word or Adobe PDF, and we have a little bit more as to what goes into this document. But I encourage you to click on the on either one of these and just take a look at the template and see if it's not something that wouldn't benefit your company, because we certainly think that it would. Finally, an employer identification number. After the registration process is complete and you've been accepted by the Secretary of State, if you are a new business, you're forming a new business, you'll need to apply for an employer identification number from the IRS. It was just to make sure that they're aware of you as a tax withholding entity, and that they can keep track of all your taxes, income taxes paid. It's similar to a Social Security number, only it's for corporations and other business entities. So if you click on this link here, you'll be able to navigate to our tutorial on how to apply for one, or you can just go directly to the website or download the PDF of the form SS4. And that's generally how you file in Vermont. I urge you guys to click on the links found throughout here to get more information on exactly what's required of you as a business representative. Hope that's helpful. Best of luck.